Hi guys, we are going to look at the last objective for your additional focus area, World War II. This is about the people of World War II. In specific, who is doing what. We are going to look at minority groups of the United States. This includes African Americans, Japanese Americans, and women. Now, a minority, if you guys look at this bottom right corner, I put the definition, is a group that makes up a smaller part of a larger group. When we're talking about minorities here in World War II, we are talking about the populations that are smaller compared to the majority, which at the time were white Americans. The first group we'll look at is African Americans. These guys worked in war industries and government agencies. This means they would either be working in factories again, making tools and weapons that were used in World War II, but a lot of them actually fought in World War II. However, they were segregated from white troops, which means that there was only all black troops. One of the most famous all black troops were the Tuskegee Airmen, which were famous African American Air Corps. Here's a picture of the Tuskegee Airmen during World War II. They were the first African American military aviators, and their missions were to accompany pilots on bomb missions. And at the end of the war, they had over 200 enemy planes that they destroyed. Once the war was over, the president in 1948 desegregated troops in 1948 because he saw the bravery and the amazing work that these African American gentlemen did during World War II. The next minority group we're going to look at is Japanese Americans. A lot of Japanese Americans were sent to internment camps. Internment means prisoner for military reasons. They were sent to these camps because the USA was afraid that these Japanese would turn, since we were fighting against Japan during World War II. There was a special Japanese infantry unit called the 442nd Infantry Unit, and these guys actually fought for the USA during World War II, despite the fact that their families were in these internment camps. Lastly, we are going to look at women. A lot of women started working jobs that men usually worked. Here's a picture that you guys maybe have seen. It's a propaganda poster. This woman is called Rosie the Riveter. She was not a real person. She was just a cartoon that served as an inspiration to women, and it represented all the women who were working in factories producing war supplies while the men were at war. Here's a real life Rosie the Riveter. She has, the similar bandana and similar uniform. And then some women actually could join the military. However, they could not face combat. They actually worked clerical jobs, which is a fancy word for secretaries and postal service workers. They delivered mail, things like that. Or they would be nurses or things in medical jobs. Here's also another propaganda poster of the time, encouraging women to join the military to do these types of jobs. And we are all done with objective. Alright, and that is all the minority groups that you guys should know of World War II for your additional focus area. We're all done with objective 3. You guys should have objective 1 and 2 videos if you guys would like to attempt your additional focus area. Good luck!